Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and this is the Board Game Blueprint. This week, we're going to talk a little bit about theme and how it can really immerse your players if it's infused with not only the mechanics, but also even the components. So this kind of fusion between the two can, again, really provide an experience that gets the players to feel like they're doing, well, the things that they're doing in the game. So let's jump over to the table next door and see what kinds of examples I have to show you. I keep coming back to King of Tokyo because I honestly believe it's one of the best games to get people into the hobby because, again, it's so accessible and familiar in certain ways to things that maybe incoming players or newbies have played in the past. So you're playing, again, as giant monsters rampaging around the city, and for me, the theme really shines through with all the different energy cards that you can buy. I can't remember if they're called power-ups necessarily. Let me just go ahead and look it up in the rules really quick. We have contents, we have figures, we have dice, tokens, cards. Okay, we won't worry too much about it, but different things can unlock different powers and evolve your monster throughout the game. So, for instance, on the left we have camouflage, which allows you to possibly dodge damage, which is pretty cool. Fire breathing is something that allows you to deal extra to your neighboring players, whether or not they're in Tokyo. And energy hoarder allows you to gain extra stars when you decide not to spend any energy for extra cards. So in these ways, as well as a spin on the classic game King of the Hill, when I think kids are trying to knock each other off of some kind of mound of dirt or wood chips, we have all these different things combined together, united in a package King of Tokyo. But let's take a look at a couple examples that take the theme a little bit further than just thematic cards. Herbaceous is a simple game in which players are planting pots of herbs to score points. These herb cards will be drawn from the deck in such a way that each player will draw two. One will be added to a pot in front of them or added to a public pool in which the same types of herbs will be stacked. Now, I did mention you'll be drawing two cards, so one will go either to the middle or to the player, and then the second card will be placed in the opposite area. The cool thing about Herbaceous is that as you're planting these herbs, you'll have different pots to actually place them in. So each pot will score in a different way, and depending on how many cards you can allocate to each one, you'll be scoring a different number of victory points. So you get this action, again, of maybe committing a certain herb to a location, to a pot, and then you'll, by the end of the game, have a pot full of plants. The other cool feature that I like about Herbaceous is that it comes with these little turn or player markers to remind everyone which color you play as, which we've probably seen in different gardens and things. Happy Hong Bao is a game that I am currently working on that celebrates the Lunar New Year, in which a popular tradition is to fill a red envelope or Hong Bao with money to pass out to generally children and also young bachelors and bachelorettes. So in my game, every player will be dealt a number of dollars or dollar cards rather, that on a player's turn will be putting inside the envelope and then resolving the effect associated with the dollar value. So this game has a little bit of deduction, a little bit of bluffing perhaps, and a little bit of social interaction in that the different envelopes will be passing around to different players. So I'm particularly proud of this design in that it hopefully fused a little bit of culture with the actual gameplay mechanics. And I've saved the best for last. Honestly, I think New York Slice is the most thematic game that I've seen in the past couple of years. I got a chance to play it at the local convention in St. Louis, Geekway to the West, so let's see what's going on. First of all, yep, is this beautiful box, but check it out. It is actually like a pizza box. First off, how amazing is that? I'm super impressed. Bezier did an awesome job, and the cardboard is nice and thick. So moving on, we have the score pad, which looks like a receipt booklet. Oh, I love it. I can't get enough. And then finally is the rule book, which is formatted like a pizza menu. Come on, people. This is the coolest thing since sliced bread meeples. I don't know. Man, oh man, I love it. I absolutely am in love with how thematic the game is from a component standpoint. Now, remember how before we talked about inserts? I think maybe this game could benefit from one, and I might have to be the person to come up with it, put it up on the Game Crafter or something. But we have all these kinds of chits for scoring and things like that that look like they were written on chalkboards, right? That are pretty popular, I'd say, around New York or just any pizza parlor in general. So these are, again, thematic in sort of a more surface level aspect, but then of course we also have the pizza slices. And the way that the game works is that players, I believe, switching around with turn order, will be forming a pizza based on whichever sorts of slices are drawn from the deck, the box, something of that nature. And this is where the theme again shines through. I'm just going to do half a pizza for right now. In an I cut, you choose mechanic, so you'll be actually slicing the pizza to try to divide up, maybe as evenly as possible, the number of points to ensure that players can get the least amount of points because it's a competitive game. Woof. Okay, let me try that again. Where you'll be slicing the pizza into sections that each player will then take. And what that means is very similar to real life, where you want to eat the slices with your favorite toppings. All in all, New York Slice is, from front to back, one of the most thematic games that I can think of, again, and I'm just totally enthralled and hope to see a theme as heavy as this one in upcoming games. Again, some players may not even care about the theme and are more interested in the math and the optimization that are included in your game. But for some of us who are like me, I love when the theme can inform the mechanics. That is, that they bounce off each other in ways that help players understand the game and learn the game. And of course, just something to really show off that's unique from anything else. Feel free to leave in the comments below any games that you feel have a really strong theme and why, so we can check them out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on future content like this. As always, I'm Ben. This has been another episode of the Board Game Blueprint, and together, let's build something great.